doing things a little bit more different with this video, because in this video I am going to take you for a little tour of my little witch room here, and I hope you enjoy it. I have never had a room specifically for my witchy stuff, but with the acquiring of this new house, I was able to find a space just for it. And at first I didn't think my stuff would fit in here, but it all fits in here magically. So, like I said, I've never had a witch room before. I've usually kept all of my stuff in my bedroom and kind of like scattered around the house depending on what it was. And I still do that, but for the most part I like to keep it in a more private setting, not because I really am trying to hide it from people, but because when you are working with stuff like this, it's really nice to have your privacy. When you are working magic, you don't want to be disturbed. You know, you want to be able to put all of your focus into your work and be able to control your mindset, so that what you are manifesting can come to fruition how you want it to manifest. Just a simple change of mind or simple interruptions can really set back your work, and time is of the essence. So it's really nice to have my own room now. I don't get disturbed by electronics. I don't have people walking in and out of my space. It's easier to shut everyone out, you know, not to sound mean, but it's easier to just shut the door and be like, leave me alone. I've got work to do in here. Please do not disturb. So yeah, it's nice. It's really nice. This is a kind of small room. It will suit my needs for my workings and for studying and whatnot. But when I open up my supply business soon, I am going to need a larger space for storage. I have quite a bit of my supplies in here, and the space is utilized. There's not much space left where I can store all of the herbs and plants and stones and animal bits like skulls and bones and stuff like that, furs, that I plan on supplying people with. And so that's definitely going to need a bit more space than what I have in here, but that'll be for business. So hopefully I can get a business loan, or even if, you know, I don't really need a loan, if I can just acquire the financials to just get a shop, you know, a specific building for all that storage, you know, that'll be good too. But all my workings happen in here. So I'm very grateful for that. I'm very grateful to have such a nice little cozy space to call my own. So now I am going to set the tripod aside and give you a nice little tour of this space, and I hope it helps you to gain some inspiration for what to do with your space if you so choose to practice witchcraft and get into it, or if you already do and you just don't know what to do, you know. This used to be a closet. It's, well, like a wine cellar, clothing, extra clothing type space. So you can really, if you put your mind to it, you can turn any space into your little witch room. So, here we go. I'm turning the camera around now. Bye. So, let me move my camera. Hold this off here. Okay, so what you see there is my working altar. Get this tripod out of the way. It's a nice little place. This is where, if I am working my magics, this is where I do it. I have the Morrigan. That's my Morrigan statue. She is very beautiful, but I do want to upgrade her, and when I do, I will be hosting a giveaway so that she can go to the next wonderful person who decides to work with her. Alright, let's start with the south. On each wall I have associations with the elements, and facing south I have fire. I have this fan, this red and black fan that I associate with fire. I have a black voodoo doll that I got from Marie Laveau's House of Voodoo on Bourbon Street, and it is designed to protect your home, but I have it there to help protect my witch room here. I have this beautiful picture of the horned god, my lovely Carnunos. To me, that is a very fiery picture. It's, you know, kind of like summer going into fall. You know, it's very hot during that time, especially in Florida, but I'm not in Florida anymore. I also have a picture of a bee. Yes, I love it. I got all of these pictures out of the Witch's calendar. So if you want to look for that, it's a very good calendar. It gives you like the astrologies for the day, what sign the moon is in, and the sun, and void of courses, and all of the Sabbats and holidays and whatnot. So it's very, very good calendar, and it gives you little pictures here. I'll show you real fast. There, it'll give you like some workings that you can do for each of the months, a little ritual that you can perform, and then there's the days. Gives you the symbol for what planet rules what day. Yeah, see? Oh, out of focus. Oh, anyways, you saw what it was. Okay, so here I have pictures of owls. Some other things that I really like that they don't really represent fire to me, but they're very magical. You know, they fit well with the theme, and they help me tap into my witchiness and keep my mind focused in the magical realm. I have this lovely moon plaque that I found. I hope to have more in my, south area, but I just don't right now, so that will be an acquiring. Up here, this is facing west, so this is water. This isn't really my water area though. This is my work area. Up here I have a bunch of herbs that I use. I grew most of those myself. And over here, these, all of those. Yeah, most of those I grew myself. Some of them I bought, but for the most part I grew those. And I plan on whenever I start my supply business, I'm going to be selling organically grown herbs and plants and stuff like that that I have acquired and grown myself. So this broom head here, I made that in one of my witchcraft classes. I am very attached to it. It was fun to make, but the termites in one of my houses that I used to live in got into the stick, and it just really just deteriorated the whole thing. So I made sure to clean out the stick part, the broom handle, and shake everything out of my broom head there, but I'm hoping that I can find another good handle for it and recraft it, you know, so I can keep that in my life because I love it. I did a lot of work with it and participated in a lot of rituals, cleansing space and whatnot with it. Up here is the top of my cabinet. I have my mortar and pestle there, some candlesticks, these really cool crescent moons. They're made of wood. I don't know what to do with them yet, but I found them for really cheap and I wanted to take them and keep them for crafting. As you can see, my deer skull is there. He is not with Carnunos right now because in the move, he got a little beat up, even though I tried to pack him as tightly as possible. He couldn't really fit into a box that was the proper size, and so there was something got cracked in him, and I'm waiting to repair him before I put him in a permanent spot in my home next to Carnunos. Here's my cabinet, my supply cabinet. My witchy mama gave it to me. I love it very much. As you can see, it is stocked with supplies. Wowie, right? There are so many things up there, and I mean, they are like just piled in there. I've got them all so deep and stacked on each other. Yeah, almost everything up here has something in it, and I have used almost all of it. So that just goes to show what you can do with witchcraft. You get to collect all sorts of cool things. This is my cabinet with my notebooks. So whenever I am doing works and have results or meditations or whatnot, I just bust out my books and write stuff down. Here I have my incense burner. I always keep that on my altar. I have my alligator head that a friend gave to me. He painted the Vive for Papa Legba on top because he knew that I was working with him and I loved him. So it is filled with crystals and stones. Here's this delightful box that I found. It's like leather and wood, and I keep things like teeth and whiskers and stuff like that in there. Once again, here's my working altar. I will delve deeper into like what each thing is on there for. In a later video. I'll probably go over this altar and where Carnunos is, and also Hecate's altar up here. Over here I have more stones, a silver dish filled with crystals, a giant freaking lava rock. Here, I will hold up my hand for, you know, size difference. I got that from the Valley of Fires in New Mexico.
Did someone call for a witch?
Gosh dang it, I forgot to turn my notifications off. Okay. Here are some bowls and bottles. I work with them. like a candle holder. I use that sometimes. That's my bowl full of agates that I found here, Lake Superior agates in Minnesota. I have another bowl full of them upstairs. Right here I have some herbs that are dried and some that are drying. Yes, I need a lot more space. I could probably like hang them from that rack. That's a good idea. I was thinking about where I can hang some more. This is my water fan facing west. We are in water, so I have several pictures that remind me of water. Again, I don't have too much stuff associated with water over here, but I hope to get like a small table that I can put like a small fountain on over here. I have this really cool African mask I found in a yard sale. I got for a good deal because it was broken. I added these little feathers and stones to it. I thought it gave it a little bit more character, you know. I've got this beautiful candle holder. It's really nice looking whenever I put a candle in it and get it all lit up. Over here, you can barely see it because it's so dark, but this is my staff. This is the lantern hanging off my staff, and here's the head of it, and it goes down, 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 you know, down. It's very tall. It fell over once, and the lantern broke, so I'm trying to repair the lantern or find another lantern to place on there if I cannot repair it. Here is a little shelf that has mostly crystals. This is filled with stones and crystals. This is filled with candies. There's some stones and crystals. This bag is filled with stones and crystals. Over here I have seashells. And I got a big chunk of tourmaline here. Ooh, creepy. That looks creepy in the dark, doesn't it? That's a mask. I plan on painting it and doing something with it. I think I got it for Halloween or something like that. There are 2 drawers, wire drawers, that I have drawing pads, and down here, this is my box that has my supplies that I'm making my Book of Shadows and Grimoire with. I am handcrafting that with leather and sewing the pages, hand binding the books or the pages and everything like that. Over here I have, this is facing north, so this is earth. I have all of my oils that I have made. There's quite a few of them. Not every bottle up here is filled with oils. Some of them are empty, but I plan on filling them with oils. And yeah, like this bottle of Jaeger and this Tullamore Dew, like those are offerings for the Morrigan and Cornunos. Whenever I do works with them, I like to leave them bottles. Cornunos has a bottle now, but you know, that's for future use. Here on this wall, I just have like little witchy things. Again, setting the mood, things that I like that make me feel witchy, whatnot. Also relating with earth a little bit, like the hearth and this lady here doing magic. That could be also fire, I guess, but she reminds me of the Morrigan with the crows and whatnot, and Morrigan is very earth balanced. We have the Green Man, and we have Thanksgiving, and we have a lady in a tree, you know. I have lots of orbs hanging around. Most of them are doing active work, so I like to keep them around. Up here, I have Hecate. And this is her altar space. There's not a lot on it right now. I'm still unpacking some things. But I plan on filling it up as much as possible. I usually have that thing lit up there with some tea lights in it, but not in that spot because it's very close to the ceiling and I don't want to catch the house on fire. Over here, this is facing east, and this is the element of air, and so I have this wonderful painting that a friend of mine did for me. I am a Gemini, and so she painted me this beautiful sign. I have things that are yellow and gold that help remind me of air. A picture of birds, an owl, and a dream catcher, and a lady in the stars. You know, this all helps me to get associated with air. I also have this beautiful picture that it has herbs in the paint. It's a magical picture to help create a well-balanced and happy space. There's a picture of the maypole. And up here is another shelf. I got a witch lantern and some dirt from some nice places. Picture of my grandma. She's not with us anymore, but I have her up there. An owl that I colored, and some candlesticks, and just a bunch of little knickknacks. I have this beautiful doll, ceramic doll. She's from Ireland. She has a triquetra on her dress, and beautiful red hair, so she reminds me of the Morgan, and that's why I keep her around. Over here I have my little stand where I can sip my coffee or my tea and light a candle and pick a book and do some studies. So yeah, that is my room. Oh, and my dresser. It's hard to see because it's a black dresser, but you can see it a little bit better. Each drawer is filled with supplies. Filled. Absolutely filled. So, that's very handy. I have a lot of supplies. Sorry. I thought I pressed something. So, that was the tour. As you can see, it's a very little space, but it's just big enough for me and what I need, and that's really all that matters. I hope that seeing my setup here gave you some inspiration for your space and how you can turn a small space into a very lovely magical space that you can call your little witchy home. The next video, I will give you a nice little tour of my altars, and I'll let you know, like, what everything means there. You know, they're not spectacular. I wish I had some really spectacular setups. I've seen some witches that have some really epic looking stuff, but you know, I'll get there. I'll get there. It grows. It changes and evolves with the seasons and with what's needed. So there have been times where my altars have looked amazing, and so it'll get there. You know, I just moved in and I'm still settling in, and it'll get there. So thank you very much for spending this time with me. I hope you enjoyed yourself, like always. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. nice little picture of the altar again. Very peaceful.